Today, you'll find them everywhere, in gyms, in clubs, on college campuses and office desks. For some, they're fuel, a boost of energy regardless of the activity. For others, they're collectibles, limited edition drops, artist collabs, rare flavors from overseas. Shelves stacked with cans aren't just trash, they're trophies. But this global obsession didn't start in Silicon Valley or some lab in New York. It started in Thailand, with a pharmacist, a tired truck driver, and a drink called Krating Daeng. This is the story of how energy drinks went from fringe pick-me-ups to billion-dollar brands, cultural icons, and lightning rods for controversy. As suggested before, it didn't start with branding, or influencers, or billion-dollar deals. It started with fatigue. In 1976, a Thai businessman named Chaleo Vidya created a drink called Krating Daeng, Red Bull in Thai. Does the name sound familiar? It was sweet like a syrup and contained caffeine and B vitamins, designed for laborers, truck drivers, and people who worked through the night. It wasn't trendy, it wasn't flashy, but it worked. And one day, it caught the attention of an Austrian toothpaste marketer named Dietrich Mateschitz while he was traveling through Asia in the 80s. He didn't just feel the energy, he saw the potential and the chance to create a new lifestyle more many. Together with Chaleo, he co-founded a new company where they tweaked the formula for Western tastes. And in 1987, they launched it in Austria under a new name, Red Bull. When Red Bull launched in Austria, people didn't know what to make of it. It was expensive. It came in a tiny blue and silver can, and it didn't taste like anything they'd had before. So Red Bull didn't compete with Coke or Pepsi. It built its own lane. They started with clubs, DJs, students, trendsetter, gave it away for free, created hype, and let the talking do the rest. It wasn't about taste. It was about how it made you feel. Then came the marketing pivot that changed everything. Red Bull didn't just sponsor sports, it created them. Base jumping, air racing, snowboarding, cliff diving. Events so extreme they didn't exist until Red Bull made them real. They didn't tell you to drink Red Bull. They showed you the kind of person who did. Adrenaline junkies, rule breakers, outsiders. The product was still the same. A jittery, sweet chemical buzz. But the brand? It was pure energy. By the early 2000s, Red Bull wasn't just selling energy. It was defining it. However, in this new domain, they weren't alone for long. Brands like Monster and Rockstar entered the ring. Louder, sweeter, bigger cans, and even bigger marketing. They targeted a slightly different crowd. Rock concerts, motocross, tattoo expos. And it wasn't just about performance. It was about identity. Drinking energy drinks became part of a look, a vibe, a scene. Cans became more than containers. They became collectibles, limited editions, athlete collabs, regional exclusives. Some fans didn't just drink them, they displayed them. Rows of vibrant cans lining bedroom walls and gaming setups like trophies of a lifestyle. But everything that is great has its less appealing aspects. For every can cracked open, there was a raised eyebrow. And as the energy drink craze grew, so did the questions. There were high amounts of caffeine, sugar, and everything artificial. And the main issue was that some of these drinks were being consumed by kids like soda. Studies started to roll in. Heart palpitations, sleep disruption, addiction-like symptoms. Some countries considered age restrictions. In some places there were the lawsuits over health incidents or misleading labels. But despite the backlash, the cans kept selling, and the brands adapted. They introduced the low-carb, zero-sugar, added electrolytes, nootropics, natural caffeine, and so on. The next wave of drinks didn't deny the controversy. They evolved from it. Energy drinks were no longer just for extreme sports and sleepless nights. They became pre-workouts, study aids, part of morning routines, from a roadside remedy in Thailand to a $90 billion global industry. Energy drinks makes you think, what could be the next big idea?